Hi Shobha, how are you?
Hi, Meenu. I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great. So, let's start with the introduction because my viewers are seeing you for the first time.
Yeah, definitely. Sure. So, I was born in Delhi. I've been brought up in Muscat. I did my entire schooling actually in Muscat. And I did my computer science engineering when I came back to India. And since then, I've been working for almost 9 years in education. Currently, I'm the head of design at Spark Studio.
You have been in education field for 9 years. I mean, it's about
Uh,
English only.
My experience has been in education, but the English part of it has been for almost about maybe I can say 5 years. So I've done like little bit of English when I worked at Byju's as well, and also with Sparky here at Spark Studio. So it's been quite an exciting journey actually, because what we did at Byju's, it was a limited experience, and what we did here at Sparky with ChatGPT and being able to actually sit with the kids and experience it and see it live with them, and the parents sitting right next to them and learning from them and improving, seeing like feedback from them and actually making those changes on the app on the fly. And in a startup you can actually do that much faster, those changes, and I'm loving the experience.
Okay, okay. That's great. So you have been in this field for such a long time. So in most of it has been English, right? So
Yeah, majorly last 5 years.
yeah.
Yeah.
So English is in huge demand. And if you are looking for a job, you have to face interviews, then you need to speak English. Now, if you are having your business also, then also you need very good English because you have to speak to the clients.
Right. It's become a very 21st century skill. It's as important as swimming, biking,
Correct, correct.
learning to drive. It's
Yeah.
very important in the current scenario right now.
I get comments like, I have been practicing English for 1.5 years, still I'm not able to speak English, and many such comments. So there are so many people who have been trying for so many years, but they are still not able to speak English. What do you think is the major issue? They are working so hard, still they are not able to speak English.
I think everybody is learning. Pace and skill and abilities are different. If you start like comparing yourself and start feeling down about it, you will, hold yourself back there. But just keep at it. Just keep the practice going on.
Yeah, it takes time to learn any new skill. It takes time to
Right.
learn swimming. It takes time to learn cooking. But people get impatient when they are learning English. They think that, they would be able to speak in a month or they would be able to speak in 2 months. But that can't happen. We have been practicing for so many years. I think the biggest thing that is holding them back is they say that they have been practicing for 2 years or 3 years. But I ask people who I have conversations with, they say that I listen to content for so many hours, for 3 hours or 4 hours. I read for these many hours, but they are just consuming content. They are not speaking.
Yeah, right. It's a one-sided thing. You
Correct.
also need to also do the back and forth with that. So that's
Right.
what I think having a
Yeah.
companion does, right?
Yeah.
That what we both are doing. Like back and forth is actually required to improve upon that skill as well.
Yeah. So they are consuming content. All the content is going in their head, but never coming out. Improve. Spoken English can be mastered only by speaking. They don't understand
Right.
this basic mistake. So I think Sparky can handle it because here they can have conversations, any kind of conversation that they like, and they can take up
Yeah.
topics of their interest.
I agree. And that's the only way to learn. And I think over time, you'll also start learning new things with Sparky. Maybe in the starting, you are only talking to Sparky that you are interested in about art, about movies, about entertainment, about like podcast or about gardening. But over time, when you start expanding your own horizon, also your own vocabulary will expand, your own ways of looking at life will also expand. So that will come with it. But if you keep practicing only, it will go to that line.
Work, they need a buddy to
More
speak
important.
English with. And if they don't have a speaking partner, Sparky can come and help them. So can we show them how Sparky can become their English speaking partner? So let's show them a demo.
Hi. What's your dream job, Leo?
My dream job is accounts receivable in healthcare industry.
That's a well-structured response, Leo. You're aiming high. What interests you about accounts receivable in the healthcare industry?
Because accounts receivable main job role is speaking English.
So yeah, you have seen the demo, how beautifully it can act like your English speaking partner. It can give you feedback, it can correct your mistakes, and you can download Sparky. You can take the link from the description of this video and you can download it. You can practice for 30 minutes for free, and so it would cost them only 100 rupees a month.
It's 249 for 3 months, and it's I think 549 for about 6 months. It's quite affordable. I think it's almost like doing a recharge.
Correct.
Right.
It's even less than
actually a recharge. Yeah.
Right. I want to discuss the second mistake they make. Some of them say that we have been practicing for years and years. We are not able to speak like you. They write in the comments, how can you speak like that? We have been practicing for so many years. We can't speak like you. I think the second hurdle because of which they can't speak English well is inconsistency. They are not consistent. They practice one day, then they take off for 5 days.
Yeah, that I think looks like a problem. So maybe you set a goal for yourself. Do every day, maybe 5 minutes, or set a goal for yourself for 10 minutes, whatever that might be, but do it every day.
Yeah.
Doing it every day is what makes it easier for yourself as well. Consistency is quite important. Just set it as like a routine for yourself, like you do brushing every day.
Yes.
You just set it, as normal as that. And don't strain yourself. You don't need to, if you can't do it for 15 minutes, don't do it for 15 minutes. Set it for 5 minutes, but do it every single day, and it'll just get easier over time.
Right. They can do any kind of practice in 5-10 minutes every day instead of practicing one day for 2 hours and then not practicing at all. And they can enjoy the process. That is important, because if they are not enjoying, they will definitely leave it.
Yeah.
So they can stay motivated if they set goals and they keep practicing. It's just like, if we take up a weight loss challenge, if we are not consistent, we can never achieve it. Yeah. We are exercising just once a week and we are not taking care of our diet. It can't work unless you are consistent.
Very true.
And the third thing, I think there should be a burning desire. Their why should be clear. I ask them why you want to learn English. If their why is not clear, I think they will not reach the goal. If they are just saying, I am trying to learn English, I am doing this, I am doing that, but their why is not clear, then it is very difficult to achieve that goal.
I agree. I think that's quite important. If your purpose is not clear why you're learning this, if you're learning this maybe to get a better job, or you want to learn this because you want to move abroad, or you want to go for your further masters, or you have a certain preparation exam coming up, IELTS, whatnot. So you want to have a set goal in your mind. You want to have like a certain date and deadline in your mind. You want to, achieve something in your mind. Okay. And you said that, okay, this is my destination and this is my journey, and draw that journey to that destination. Yes. That I will do this to get that. And even if it is not, sometimes you would just want to achieve some skill. You're like, I just want to work on this skill, because in my office, sometimes in meetings, I want to share my point. I want to just, talk about some interesting idea that I have, but I'm not able to communicate because I hold back, because I have this fear of not being able to share. People might judge me, that my English isn't as well. Right. So if even if it is that goal that I want to be more confident, right, that is also a good goal to have. It shouldn't be such a big goal like, oh my God, I have an exam to clear. That's okay. That you want to be more confident is also a great goal. Just do it, like, a little bit of practice every day, and then you should be able to reach there. And I think Sparky is doing that really well, because right now what you can also do is with conversations, little bit of help. So at the bottom, you'll also see a help section. So if you're not able to by yourself speak or, type by yourself, you can do help for now. You can also do like, maybe you're doing settings and also you're doing a slower version of it. You can take helps right now in the starting, but slowly, when you start, doing better by yourself, you won't need these features. You won't need help of other things. You'll do so well by yourself that you'll let go of these features, So, and all of these feedback, corrections, whatever Sparky is doing, you'll be able to tell Sparky better. Like, hey, Sparky, this is a better sentence. Like, you
Yes.
can tell Sparky that, imagine. It's like any other skill, right? For example, when we start to learn swimming, for example, you just get comfortable with the waters, right? First, you get in the water, you learn to breathe underwater, you start to learn like stroking, you start to like learn new tricks with water. So it's like that, just like that with English as well. You'll do first practice little bit, you start practicing. It's very similar to finding like a friend to speak to, right? And then you start maybe watching similar content that is in that specific language. Then you go to a next level where you're speaking a better vocabulary, then you're maybe speaking better sentences, you are able to go to a next level. So I think with Sparky as well, you're doing the same thing, right? You're finding a buddy that is also in a non-judgmental space, right? And you're also doing with different topics. So sometimes you can't do that with your friends. Maybe it's in a very limited space. You can't also, you don't have feedback with your friends. Like they can't tell you, hey, you know what, use this word, this could be better. Or you can't change their settings that, hey, can you make it slower? Can you make it faster? These are things that you can do with Sparky. And also it's a safe space for you. It's a space that's comfortable, available at all times for you. And it also adjusts to exactly how you speak. So if you speak at a A1 level, or you speak at a B2 level or a C2 level, that speaks at your level, and over time you start to adjust to that level. You start moving up the ladder. So that's exactly how you will move up the ladder. And don't worry about having to become like that person or become like this person. Just keep at it and you'll move up. Don't worry.
So I have seen people, if they are going to settle in UK or something, or they have to give an IELTS exam, when they have one destination in mind, then they do everything. Then nothing can stop them. And what they were not able to accomplish in 2 years, they accomplish in 6 months. So why should be clear, and there should be a burning desire to do something. And even you, when you went from India to Muscat, you had to fit in, So it was very difficult for you, and you had to fit in, and you had to learn English so that you were comfortable speaking in front of everyone. That must have been a difficult time for you.
Yeah. It was quite a journey. I mean, not being able to understand your teachers, your classmates, your tuition mates. Like I was in some alien planet. Like I felt like I was not able to understand anyone. Just being able to communicate like the minutest things about my lunchbox being passed, hey, can you just like put it back or something? Like I can't say the smallest things. So it was very difficult, like, because, people putting you down, or like people being judgmental or mean to you. And it was very difficult. But like over time, I was like, I think by next year itself, I was doing better than half the class. Like, and within 2 years, like my teachers were giving examples of me in other classes. Like people would actually come to me in buses. They're like, hey, Hindi teacher was telling me about this Shobha. Are you that Shobha? I'm like, yeah. I'm that Shobha.
So what people can't accomplish in so many years, you accomplished in 1 year, because you knew that you were being so uncomfortable. When people were being mean to you, you didn't have any idea.
Yeah.
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 Okay. Some of them are focusing too much on grammar.
I think one of the things could be that they focus maybe too much on vocabulary or one-sided information. Like maybe they read too much. So I've seen some of the folks who get into reading too much of content online, or maybe they're reading articles, or they're listening to podcasts. But it's very one-sided information or content that they're consuming. So I think that could be something that they need to work on, need to figure out something, maybe work with Sparky. So where they are also practicing, where they are also spending some time, where they are speaking or they are writing, where they are also, working on their own vocabulary, and don't need to worry about like having to use the best word, oh my god, or I need to have like the best like the thesaurus in my mind right
Right, right.
away. Don't need to
Yeah.
worry about all of that, but
Correct.
just like at least practice and do it two-sided, like just not one-sided content consumption. Just like practice it.
Right. So in the starting, their focus should be to just convey the thoughts, convey the feelings. That is enough. The purpose of a language is to convey your feelings, and it's not only to impress the other person. So some people
Right.
do that. When they try to do that, the other person also gets this feeling that if I don't speak impressive English, then what's the point?
Yeah, agreed.
So what would be your number one tip to become fluent for all my viewers?
I think fluent would be try to not take your native language as the crutch. Usually like we always fall back on our native language, and I understand it's culturally. I'm not saying that your native language is any lesser. I would say that is higher than anything else, and it's important. But it's just a new skill that you're learning. So don't always fall back on that. Try to spend some time. Okay, if I was to, spend more time speaking in English today for 15 minutes, if I'm going to, then I won't say this sentence back in Hindi or Marathi or Gujarati or like Malayalam or like, anything else. Like today, 15 minutes, I will fix, okay, and I will only speak in English. Okay, it has nothing to do with okay, like okay, native language is better, lesser, nothing to do with that. Okay,
Definitely.
just practice. Yeah, just make sure that you've locked that time for yourself, and don't make your native language a crutch for a while. Practice it, and you shall see the improvement, I think.
So in the end, all comes down to practice. They have to keep practicing.
Yes, for sure.
So Sparky can help them practice English every single day, and they can, do unlimited amounts of practice on this. So once they take the subscription, they can practice for as long as they want, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. So it's not like the tutors, tutors will give you time according to their schedule. But here you have the app, you can keep practicing whenever you want. So I would highly request all of you take the link from the description and download this app. Try practicing for free, and after that, I would recommend you to take the subscription for 6 months. It would be quite affordable.
Yeah.
It was an amazing session with you, Shobha. I really loved talking to you.
Nice talking to you.
Yeah.
It's really nice talking to you.
Yeah. Okay, then see you. Have a great day.
You too. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye.